Gentlemen, welcome back to my Let's Play of The Legend of Zelda. This is part 9 where we will be covering the 8th dungeon of the game. Alrighty, let's head on out. Full health. I do not have the large shield still. We'll get the large shield before we go back to dungeon 9, but we won't need it until then. Till then, really. Dungeon 9 is the return of my dreaded enemy, the Wizrobe. Outside of the Wizrobes, I really don't think the large shield is really that necessary. There we go. So where are we headed off to for Dungeon 8? Is it in the most difficult portion of the game? All the way back up at Death Mountain? Nope. It is located by, of all places, Dungeon 2. Stick your second to last level. Where else would you stick it but right by the second dungeon? We've even seen the entrance to it. I've even commented a little bit on it. There we go. Doo-doo-doo. And we go right here. Down from here, I can't. There we go. Down from here. I commented a while ago that, boy, this tree just looks suspicious, but I didn't actually do anything about it. That's because it is level 8. Alrighty, level 8 is kind of unique. It has a secret and has 2 items in it. Something we haven't seen for a long time. I already had the candlelight. I already had the candle out. That was a waste. Alrighty. Just the floor design for you. Head this way. Oh, look, my favorite boss. So much easier now that I have the ability to one-hit kill those things. Alrighty. Dungeon 8 definitely does ramp up the difficulty over Dungeon 7. Not that that's really saying much. And the return of my least favorite enemy, the Dark Nut, but... well, not really. I do hate Dark Nuts, but I forgot how much I hate Wizrobes until we did Dungeon 6. I really do think they're the cheapest enemy in the game. Alright, there we go. Look! Already found one of the items. And what does this item do? Make the last item we got, the red candle, absolutely useless. The magic book. This one's pretty simple, people. Adds a flame at the end of the magic attack out of the magic wand. Yes, what does it do? But rather, adds a flame to the end of the magic wand, which works just as fine as the red candle. Thus continuing my statement that Dungeon 7 is not only the most useless dungeon in difficulty, having the boss of level 1 as its final boss, and constantly just throwing the sub-boss of level 2 at you, but, I mean, its item is completely useless. All it's good for is grabbing a Triforce piece, which I guess if you're going to be useful for something, that is useful, but oh boy, could they have hid that piece any worse. As you can gather, bomb. And up we go. I will give them credit for this one too. We actually have to fight all the Dark Nuts because to get where we're going, you have to leave through that exit. This fight. I hate these fights. Blue Dark Nuts plus this. Ugh. I'm gonna start learning about the cheapness of Dungeon 9 now. There we go. Whew. That's almost Dungeon 9 cheap. However, I assure you, the other item in this dungeon, while it may not be some mega weapon of death, is totally worth the time to get. It makes level 9 so much easier. Rendering it almost a joke. A joke on what you actually need to do, besides beat Ganon and be the last dungeon that has 2 items in it. Maybe we'll finally pay off any of those that hint about arrows having powers. Even then. Or is this the dungeon that will have those? Nobody knows. Well, I do. And anyone who's played the game before knows. Let's pretend like for a moment we don't know. Make it more fun. Do the boom run through the magic rod. Like I said, the magic rod does have its use, giving you combat abilities. Once you've lost your sword. It's just not as powerful. So for those of you who are going, well, then what's the point of the bubbles anymore? The magic rod is not as powerful as your sword. And there are a lot of enemies that just flat out won't hurt. It won't hurt Wizrobes, it won't hurt Dark Nuts. It does have a lot of negatives. I think this will be the next dungeon where we will not actually show all the rooms in one take, and I will have to come back for it. Because Dungeon 8's design is not really that nice. For those of you who are wondering, yes, you can kill a pose voice with your sword. I just never do. I prefer to take them down with arrows. You know, one-hit kill. Just makes life so much easier. This is why I don't understand why. See, they could have given me the red candle in like Dungeon 1 instead of besides the arrows. Arrows could have been 7 or something. They really could have done a better job balancing what room gives you, what dungeon gives you what item. Because they really just make a lot of dungeons completely useless. This way. And like I said, lights up the room. 10th enemy has the bomb. Yeah, what that's trying to tell you is that every 10 enemies drop a bomb. It's not something really that useful, but hey, if you ever wondered, now you know. Alrighty, let me go switch over to bombs so we can take on the boss. Yes. There's more than one way to approach the boss. You could have also approached it from the old man's room. So what cheap, underwhelming boss will this one be, right? I mean, that's what you gotta be wondering at this point, given how many underwhelming bosses we've been having lately. No, we are having, arguably, the hardest boss in the game, in my opinion. I don't think Ganon was nearly as difficult as this guy. There you go. And like I said, we will come back and see the rooms that I missed. The way I did it, I just didn't get some extra rooms. And like I said, you really want to come back and do these extra rooms, because the last item of this dungeon is amazing. It's probably the definition of game breaking. Alright, let's see, which rooms did I miss so I'd know which ones I gotta go redo. Okay. Yep, up we go. Up we go again. Alright. Slowdown got me. Curse that slowdown. Too many sprites on screen. NES can't handle it. Yeah, I will say that that's one of my only really complaint about this game. I love this game otherwise. Probably beat it several times. Probably. Maybe. I probably beat this game once a year. You'd think I'd be better at it. No. Just 2D Zeldas, no matter how much I play, I just can never seem to get the hang of them. Okay, there we go. Why don't we light up this room so we can see where we're going? Alrighty. Let's head this direction. What do we got? A room full of standard dark nuts. Just the orange variant. Remember, this is me showing you a lot of the extra rooms. We are not actually doing the extra room that leads to the really cool item yet. This is just extra rooms. Because again, I wanted to do all the rooms for every dungeon. Alrighty, and we're going to be fighting Goma now again. Please meet the Blue Goma. The Blue Goma. Why this thing is not the boss, I don't know. As the Orange Goma is a lot easier to fight. Though this one is still not that hard. It just takes 3 arrows instead of 1, and make sure you hit it when its eyes open and not closed. Exact same fight as before, except for instead of being 1 arrow kill, it requires 3 arrows to kill. Alright, and up we go. What do we got? Spectral Rock is the entrance to death. Ladies and gentlemen, Spectral Rock is the location of the 9th dungeon of the game. So he is simply just telling you where you need to go for the final dungeon of the game. Okay. And then we need to go this way. Oh, fudge. I got flanked. I flunked flank. There we go. And meet Manhandla again. There we go. The one bomb trick. I was hoping to pull it off at least once in this Let's Play. And we can finally get the map. Yeah, the map is not on the required path. Oh, I got the compass in this one. Up we go. Alrighty, arrows. One does like fighting Poe's voice with arrows, it's just so much easier. There we go. Bomb your way out of here. No, I never did get the compass, did I? Another fight against a Blue Goma. This time much harder. Alrighty. Like I said, Dungeon 8 is not as easy as Dungeon 7. I still don't think it's as hard as 6, as I've yet to actually need a potion, which may change here with this Goma fight, because this Goma fight is really not going my way. There we go. Alright, I'm going to go up first, because it's the way you don't have to go. And there's my useless stop clock. And then, finally, to show you the real reason why you want to do this, as much of Dungeon 8, at least to this point. Some of the stuff I was showing was useless. I'll give you that. But you want to at least do this part. If you don't want the spell book, yeah, I can understand that. I personally think the spell book is one of the missable items of the game without any doubt in my mind. But you do. Well, this one is missable again. Dungeon 9 is completely beatable without this item. I really do recommend this item. The Lion Head Key. Ladies and gentlemen, you can now unlock every door in the game with just that. No more needing to clear all the enemies to get a key so you can advance. The magic key is, very simply put, a skeleton key. You'll never need to get a key again. Very useful. Love this item. I didn't even use up all the keys that I got for that. Alrighty, give me a second. I can't figure out where I missed the compass. Oh yeah, I missed one room. I did miss a room. Alrighty, let me show you where the compass is. It's not terribly useful at this point, but it is this way. Alrighty. A bunch of Pole's voice. Guard the compass. Yes, the bow and arrow, if it collides with an item, will collect it for you, so... It is just pretty much an upgrade to the boomerang in general. There's really no reason why you would ever want to use the boomerang outside of just being cheap. Which is a good enough reason for me. Alrighty, and that gives you the compass. And that completes Dungeon 8 for us. Thank you again for watching, and I will see you next time with the completion of Quest 1 and the beating of Dungeon 9. Alright, thank you very much, and have a nice day, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much, and have a nice day. Bye.